You.
Right.
This channel does not promote or promotion any illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant only for educational purpose only.
It's all unraveling.
Shalom, shalom. We would like to welcome you to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, where I am your host, Sha'ir Yeshub Judah, sitting alongside of Oxafah Sheoku. We're going to do it like we always do on every day that the Greeks call Thursday. We're going to have ourselves a great show. And if you have not done it yet, I ask that you will take time out and subscribe to the show and also hit that like button. With that being said, let's prepare ourselves to be edified. All right. We're going to do this thing again. Second time shall be a charm. I am Sha'ir Yeshub Judah. We got a full house tonight. Oxafah Sheoku and also Ayo Ben Yehu. Hey, we would like to thank y'all and everybody who has been supporting this show. And if you have not done it yet, please hit that like button and also that subscribe button to tell others also about the show. We have a really great show lined up for you tonight. We were not late. I was late to the party. We were not late. I was late to the party. So with that, I just want to say thank you. But hey, carry on. Brothers, how y'all been doing?
Good, man. Blessed. Good. Man.
Are we good now, Safa?
Yeah, we good now.
We good now? Okay,
yeah,
then. Cool.
I got the Pepto Bismol color on. You know, looking like Kirby.
Right. Hey, I want to give a shout out also. Brother Roshan Judah do have a new project that is dropping. At this time, I can't remember what it is, but he just did an interview on Truth Be Told Radio with Ak Chop and Ak Sham, and I was just checking it out. It was a really dope interview the brother was giving, and he's giving a little bit about the testimony about what's going on with him. So for those who don't know, Roshan was one of the original members of the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. We'll never forget you, brother. We got you in our prayer. Hey, and just keep growing, man. Please keep growing.
And he the one that's spinning on that track at the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Facts. He is the one that's spinning on that track. Yep, nice, that is him. Yeah.
Gifted, man. Talented, man.
Yeah. So, hey, man, that hour will be going by so fast. As much as I would like to sit here and talk, I see you. You got mic check.
Sure. Yeah, mic check 1 2 1 2. There it is. We in
cool. We in that thing. Hey, shout out to your wife, Ayo. Hey, yeah, the sister. Hey, the sister's like a rock, man. Hey, man, brother. When you show up, she show up. That's 100, man. And you can't ask for no more. You can't ask for no more than that.
She is my pillar of rest, my helpmeet, my Isha. Like, man. He defined it for wife, find a good thing, and I'm
finding a good thing. Yes, I was reading in the Apocrypha today, man. That brother said he'd rather dwell in a den with a lion.
I'm telling you, that's so true. I'm telling you.
They said dragon with one of them.
So us that got good ladies, man, because I want to give my flowers to my wife as well. Absolutely. All praises to my wife, man, because this lady here is stuck by me when I know she shouldn't have. Hey, I'm just gonna go and be honest with you. When I know she shouldn't have. That woman has been by my side, man, and I want to say thank you to my wife as well. So for us who have found a good woman, like the brother said, we have found us a good thing. You better cherish her, man. You better cherish her.
All praise.
Yes, indeed.
And
Yes,
same girl. I know. I did say it. I said it. Same girl. Same girl.
Hey, absolutely, man. Yes, sir.
yeah. That she say. There she go.
There she
There
goes.
you go, my brother. There you go, my
Wonderful.
brother.
Boom.
That is wonderful.
All praise.
Yes, indeed. All right. Yeah, but let's get it going though, man, because there's a lot going on in the news, right? A lot going on. You know, Khadijah Brown Jackson, probably the blackest name I know. I know some black names.
Ketanji Brown, but that's
Khadijah Brown Jackson. Two last names.
Two last names. Both
Two
Brown and
of the blackest last names. You got Brown and Jackson.
Jackson. You can't
Followed shortly by Scott.
Right, Scott. That's another black last name.
Scott. I done stopped telling black folk I'm running because we got Scotts in our families. Safar, myself, man. And I done got tired of telling folks, hey, I got Scotts. And I say, I think all black people somewhere down the line got some Scotts. You got some Scotts in your family?
I grew up with Scotts. I grew up with them.
Hey.
Y'all everywhere. Scotts are everywhere,
Scotts.
man. I don't think there's a hood in America that Scotts are
that ain't got no Scotts. That's real talk.
Or Browns or Jackson.
Oh, exactly. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Short video clip. Here we go.
The judicial oath. Will you raise your right hand, please? Thank you. I, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
I, Ketanji Brown Jackson,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
That I will administer justice.
that I will administer justice
Without respect to persons.
without respect to persons
And do equal right.
and do equal right
To the poor and to the rich.
to the poor and to the rich.
And that I will faithfully and impartially.
And that I will faithfully and impartially
Discharge and perform.
discharge and perform
All the duties. Incumbent upon me.
As
an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
As an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
Under the Constitution.
Under the Constitution.
And laws of the United States.
And laws of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
And now, on behalf of all of the members of the court, I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
All right. I had to block a user. I don't know where those things be coming from, but we had some stuff up in the comment that has absolutely nothing to do with Truth Be Told Flex Podcast. I just want to make that mention right now. I've always noticed that they'll pop up every now and then. So certain things will get blocked when it come across this feed here, just to let you know. Yeah, just to let you know. All right. Shalom, sister. You are not late. You are right on time. We about to get it going. All right. So I started with this sister right here, right? And the reason why I started with this sister, man, is because she is not our friend, right? By no means that this sister is our friend. She just swore to our enemies that she is going to be an enemy to the people that look just like her. You got black people running around here with their fists in the air, with their picks in their froze, excited because we have the first black female Supreme Court judge.
You got to put the first on there now. You got to put the first.
Put the first. Brother Ayo brought that out on his first day on the show.
It's 2022, and we saying that.
And we still saying the first. The first. Right? That, like I said, that is an indictment on this country, right?
Exactly.
That is an indictment on this country.
Yep.
You made it.
So what? She the first black female that sits on the Supreme Court justice. I was telling Brother Ayob earlier today that I want to get out of the habit of calling America a country because it's not a country. It's a corporation. And what she just did was she got promoted into a higher office in this corporation.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
She got promoted to a higher office in this corporation and in her handbook, a part of her handbook is that she got to sell out those that look just like her.
Just like us.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what is she going to do? It's the question. Nothing. The same thing that Obama did.
Yep.
For 8 years.
Same thing. Same thing. He just swore to the office.
Same thing that Obama did for 8 years.
Right. Right. That's
The
it.
only thing he did was be black. That was it.
That's the only thing. That was it.
This same office, y'all check this out, man. I'm finna turn it over to y'all and y'all don't rush to talk. Because this here got a little bit to do with what we talking about tonight as well, right? But this same office that she just got accepted in, right? In 1973, this same office passed a law with the expectation of exterminating you Negroes, but it backfired on it.
Backfired.
With Roe versus Wade. This same office. This same office in 1973 passed a law, and now 49 years later, they got to go back and say, hey, we finna reverse it because it ain't working.
When the heathen reverse a law that they made, you know judgment is in the land, man.
Yeah.
That's the very confirmation of it right there. They know, and man, they know the Most High. They know it. They can sense it.
They can sense it.
The more awakened his people become, and the more encouraged they awake on a different frequency. They can feel it. They can sense a shift. The same shift we feeling for the good, the same shift they're sensing. So now all of a sudden, like you just said, the law that they put in place to get rid of us backfired. Now their numbers are low. They were like, we got to take care of this thing. Almost kind of saying we sorry without saying we, but it's all for now though. It's all in vain. It's all in vain, man.
Come on, I want to backpack to how Shug brought it in. She swore against us. So how is she going to handle it? Well, let's talk about her steps getting her. You got to go through a debate team. They prepping her. You got to do this. You got to join this club. You got to get that club. Everything to take her away from reality, the real reality of what we going through as a nation.
Right.
She sees a black bro. If I can get that black bro, I can make a difference. But the time, that's probably what she started with.
Yeah.
Now where she at is shaking his hand.
Come on, bro.
Shaking his hand. And he wiped his hand. I saw.
I love the way you put that, Safa, because I don't believe that nobody, especially us, start off with evil intentions towards their people. But we got, like you said, we got to go look at her history. Her history was she debated at Harvard. Come on now, Harvard. When she was there, she said her own self that she asked herself, do I even fit here? Why would she ask herself that? Because that melanation that was on her, man.
Right.
So we got to understand, man, that in order for this lady to be where she at, there was a whole lot of palm greasing and selling out and doing things that she did not want to do to get to where she is at right now. But it had got to a point where they say you done got too far that you can't do what? You can't turn around.
Because you have to go through certain things that they will hold on to just in case.
Right.
Now to bring this in.
There's no way she got to the Supreme Court because that whole ordeal that she went through before she got it, that they was publicizing, that was her humiliation trial.
Yeah, that was what we call in wrestling the promo.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the promo.
That's exactly what it was.
They gonna keep showing this person. Right. Who's that black lady that he said? I'm gonna give me a black woman. The woman's gonna be black.
Right.
I really did want it to be Candace, but every time I said it, you'll laugh at me. Well, I think Candace Owens should have
sit there and said, I want to read this quote that she got.
Yep. Wow.
I want us to read this quote that she got. My internet is moving a little slow tonight. Come on now. I moved you from one screen to another, hoping you was going to act right. But now, and I'm reading this for a purpose. It'll pop up in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and start reading it while I was trying to get there, right?
Okay.
This is what she said. She said, my parents grew up in a time in this country in which black children and white children was not allowed to go to school together. Here we go. Jackson told Booker after the senator asked what value her parents had impressed upon her. They taught me hard work. They taught me perseverance. They taught me that anything is possible in this great country. After her confirmation to the High Court, Jackson marked her historic nomination in a speech at the White House in which she celebrated the hope and promise of a nation and said her confirmation, all Americans take great pride in. I'm standing on the shoulders of my own role models. Listen to this. I'm standing on the shoulders of my own role models. Generations of Americans who never had anything close to this kind of opportunity, but who got up every day, went to work, believing in the promise of America, showing others through their determination and yes, their perseverance, that good things can be done in this great country, Jackson said. Quoting a late poet, Maya Angelou, she continued, I do so now while bringing the gifts my ancestors gave. I am the dream and a hope of the slave. She has emphasized her family and faith, saying her life had been blessed beyond measure. She has been married. They ended with this. This is the reason why I read all of that before. She has been married to Patrick, whom she met in college for 25 years, and they have 2 children, Layla and Talia. I guess I pronounced that right.
I know she named the
point. This is the point that I'm making here, brother. She said that I'm standing on the shoulders of my own role models, generations of Americans who never had anything close to this opportunity. That's what she said, right? And she said that her ancestors, of what Maya Angelou said, I do now while bringing the gifts of my ancestors gave. I am the dream and hope of the slaves. Do you really think that the slaves of this country would appreciate seeing one of us married to that white man? I tell people all the time, and so, people going to be like, oh, here he go. You know what I'm saying? No. Right. What we have to understand scripture, man. The Most High say that, look, you should not even mingle fabrics. If you start out with cotton, finish with cotton.
We can't even mingle within our nation.
We can't even mingle with this. You see what I'm saying?
That's it.
Boy. And just to bring scripture to this, so you'll know that I'm telling you facts. This is out of the book of Sirach, chapter 26, and verse 19. It said, my son, keep the flower of thy sound age and give not thy strength to strangers. When thou hast gotten a fruitful possession through all the field, sow it with thy own seed. Trust it in the goodness of thy stock, so that thy race. This is the only time that the word race was in the Bible that I know of. He says, so that thy race which thou leavest shall be magnified, having the confidence of their great descent. I don't trust no black person to be in favor of me who do not look at us as worthy enough to marry.
Come on, man. Right. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Don't come to me talking about I'm standing on the shoulders of my ancestors, but you couldn't go find somebody that looked like you.
Right. That don't even
25 years.
25 years. Good.
25 years.
Well,
and you got us black people. When we gonna stop? When are we gonna stop chasing the bone? Is the question that I'm asking. Yep. We so excited. You got people like Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey every morning talking about this is a great thing for us. Once again, the first. I'm tired of hearing that, man.
Yep.
In our reality, in antiquity, y'all know that black and white are statuses and not races.
Not racist.
Right.
There used to be a such thing as a white black person because of his status.
Right.
So when you look at it like that, Khadijah Brown Jackson is not black. She's really a white woman.
Yep. Hands down. Truth be told. Come on. It's just like the same with these celebrities, man. They get up on their talk shows and everything. Look at what Steve Harvey did when Donald Trump was in there. Up there grinning, just smiling. I can't
with them
believe
big old teeth.
I can't believe this moment. I can't believe this moment. I'm gonna cry. What you talking about?
First man with veneers.
Just couldn't stop smiling. Like, come on, y'all. Like, when are we gonna wake up and really truly realize that? And see, these celebrities, they have this influence, like you were saying, Ricky Smiley. We love his comedy. So if he give his approval, if you don't think like we three and our audience think with a awakened mind from the Most High, you're going to follow their lead. So if they approve of this person, then the masses, a lot of us are going to approve of this person. But don't look at the scripture like the scripture you just read is a rock. They don't look for that. If they did, they would say, well, wait a minute. Yeah, why? If you got all this status, why didn't you go get a brother to have some children by and have a legacy to stand on for 20 years?
You understand what I'm saying, man?
Because she was in Harvard.
It's not that hard, man.
Right. She was at Harvard, and she had a popularity to build.
Yeah.
She had a look to achieve. She couldn't be at Harvard with no brother 25 years ago dating on it and inviting him to the debates and stuff like that.
We ain't gonna debate the way they do.
Right.
I got one more. I got another scripture I want to read, brother.
Right.
Because what you see there, as Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun, right? This is coming out of the first book of Maccabees, chapter 1. It says, in those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well. Then certain other people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the custom of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to mischief. What you got there, my people, are sellouts.
The origins of handlers, the origins of Olay, the origins
of secret societies, the origins of your Al Sharptons, the origins of all of these. This is the origins of that. We fish to go ask permission. Hey, we are people who are well known amongst our community, and we have an influence that we can have over them.
That's it, man.
Wow. They made themselves like the heathen, and you got these brothers over here looking, and they said, well, hey, if he do it, then it must be okay.
And it's right there in our book. It's right there.
Right here in our book.
And it's and our lives are parallel with our ancestors, and it's happening all over again, bro. Come on, you can't make this up.
You can't make this up.
Prophecy.
You cannot make this up.
This is deeper than what it looks on screen. She just didn't place her hand. You see, she played before he could even get out his mouth. She was already placing that hand on the Bible.
Yeah,
you see that?
Yeah. And there's some weird stuff going on in that oath. And what was that? I want to know what your books was, man.
Yeah, that her husband was holding up.
That was her husband.
Yeah. I'm gonna run that back one quick. It's just a minute and 19 seconds. This is her husband.
Yeah, that's her.
The judicial oath. Will you raise your right hand, please? Thank you. I, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
I, Ketanji Brown Jackson.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will administer justice.
That I will administer justice.
Without respect to persons.
Without respect to persons.
And do equal right.
And do equal right.
To the poor and to the rich.
To the poor and to the rich.
And that I will faithfully and impartially.
And that I will faithfully and impartially.
Discharge and perform.
Discharge and perform.
All the duties.
All the duties.
Incumbent upon me.
Incumbent upon me.
As an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
As an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
Under the Constitution.
Under the Constitution.
And laws of the United States.
And laws of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Now, on behalf of all of the members of the court, I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
Man,
How can we be excited about that, man?
Just the pedo, man.
Yeah, and
How can
they've been doing this oath since 1789.
the same oath?
The same
Same
oath since 1789. Now they used to have it in the court chamber, but then in 1940, President Franklin D. Roosevelt invited Frank Murphy to take his constitutional oath at the White House.
Okay.
And that's when they switched it up.
Is
That's-
that-
that's-
1789, where was we?
come on now.
You see what I'm saying? See this, it goes deeper than just putting your hand on the Bible and raising it, just taking an oath. And you hear what he said, under the Constitution.
Under the Constitution.
Under
You ain't gonna be biased, you know. Everybody treated fairly, rich or poor. So if you rich, I gotta treat you like you rich. If you poor, I gotta treat you like you poor.
Well, we already know what the words say about those that make the law, right? It says that, hey, we're going to use the law for our stronghold, and he who is weak and feeble, we're going to treat him as if there's nothing. And she just, you know what I'm saying? And this is what we got to understand. What we're seeing before us, she is part of a minority, a small group. And that's an elite group. And that group has nothing to do with us, because she, in all reality, I'm going to say this and I want people to let this sink in, and I'm going to go to the music break and we're going to come back and wrap it up and move on. She just declared herself an enemy to her own people. If she want to keep her job, she got to uphold her end of the bargain.
Yes, sir.
If she want to keep her job, she has got to, and she has proven that she can do it. Hence the reason she is now a judge on the highest court in the land, in the corporation of America.
And
Get ready to be in Oprah's backyard.
Here we go. This is miracle. This is miracle by our own brother. Yo, hey, I'm gonna let you finish what you're saying, Safa, when we get back. All right, then.
Thinking about the way things used to be. I was once blind, but now I can see. And it's a miracle. It's a miracle. Thinking about the way things used to be. I was once blind, but now I can see. And it's a miracle, a miracle. It's a miracle, a miracle. Thinking about the way things used to be. Now I got that new wine, that new wine. And it's a miracle. It's a miracle. I got that new wine. I got that new wine. And it's a miracle. Not so long ago, I was sleeping oh so blind. But God's grace and mercy came in right on time. And it's a miracle. A miracle. It's a miracle. A miracle. Thinking about the way things used to be. Yonder's great. Now I got that new wine. That new wine. And it's a miracle. Yeah. It's a miracle. Say it again. I got that new wine. Got that new wine. I got that new wine. And it's a miracle. A miracle. It's a miracle. A miracle. One more time. Thinking about the way things used to be. Thinking about the way. Now I got that new wine. That new wine. And it's a miracle. Play it for me. Sounding so good. a miracle. Thinking about the way things used to be. Now I got that new wine, and it's a miracle.
Already.
Yes, sir.
I like that, man.
Yeah, man.
Real quick, brother. Real quick, man. What's the inspiration behind Miracle, man?
Oh man. So you seen my little daughter, little Miss Yaya, in the stroller with her condition. She has these seizures, and she fights every day. You know, she is fed by a feeding tube in her stomach. She can't speak. She can't eat by mouth. She can't walk. She can't talk. So me and my wife and my family, we, having the being Ruach led to communicate with her, and see she can't talk, how she gets up knowing each day that she's going to have to fight. She may have to fight off 20 seizures that day. She got to fight doctor's appointments and changing her tube, but she still wakes up, fam, every day to fight. And the other children, my nephews in the video, man, they fight every day with having autism and not being able to breathe, having to use oxygen, conquering that and not being on oxygen now and being able to walk. And so these children, man, they're just inspirations. And my daughter,
Miracle.
Just being with her every day, she's a miracle. Doctor said she wouldn't live past 2. And she's 11 now. So
she's 11.
Praises, man. So
tell me the most I won't do it.
Man, he'll do it, man.
The most I won't do
he's
it,
working,
man.
he's moving, and it just so happens somebody, real quick, somebody pointed out one of the comments the other day on the video was like, "Hey, like for such a time as this, for this video with everything that's going on, Roe versus Wade."
Oh,
and all
there
this.
you go.
And I didn't even think about it. I was like,
there you
the
go.
Most High. And that touched me and my family, that with his timing, because the video was supposed to be released a while back, but we had to do some more editing and stuff. So the Most High's timing is perfect, and he's just his love, grace, and mercy can do it forever. So yeah, that was an inspiration. All praises. Yep. All praises.
That's a blessing, man, and that is a perfect example too, like the guy who commented as to the importance of all life.
Right.
All life is important.
All life.
The three of us was chopping it up not long ago, and and we're about to get into the reversal of Roe versus Wade. And we was talking, and I gave my stance on it, right, and how I feel about it. And I don't expect all people to agree with me. How I feel is just how I feel. Right? And how I feel about it, I am 500% pro-life. I think that all life should be honored. From the moment the mother know that there is life in her womb, that is life. And if you do anything to it other than nourish it in the womb, that it may come to life on this side of the world, I consider that murder. I consider that murder. But there is a caveat that I also feel. In the construct of how this corporation is supposed to be created and made, I don't think that no man has the right to tell a woman what they can and cannot do with their body.
God.
Agreed.
And the way that the construct of this place is made supposed to be on the foundation of what? Liberty. That's why so many people be dying to get over here, because over here in America, we're supposed to be able to what? Do what we want to do, right?
Do as I will.
Do as thou wilt. And think about this. I'm glad you brought that up, right? How is it that these people are going to make a law telling women that they can't? And we got to be real careful with this and understand, because as you see, as I got here, so they care about life now? No, they don't care about life. They never have. They don't even care about their own life to an extent, right?
Right.
When the Most High created us, he told Adam and Eve, he said, look, every tree, every fruit in this garden you can eat, but the tree that is in the midst, he told them, don't touch it. Don't eat of it. And the day that you do, you should die. Now you go back over here to 2 Esdras. Esdras say, wait a minute. He said, Most High. He said, why did you just not create us that we didn't sin against you? You could have just made it to where we couldn't sin against you.
Right.
But
And he went in on
he went in on it for asking him that question. But the point that I'm making is this. He even gave us the option to what? Choose.
Yes.
We have a choice.
We have a choice, all right? So what is this really about? I told you, 1973, they thought that they was going to annihilate us, man. That's what they thought. They thought that they was going to annihilate us, man. They numbers are dropping, Ayob and Safa.
Oh man, they fat. Oh man, it's
they are afraid.
They scared. They're afraid.
They are afraid. Now, I'm gonna do this in a little bit reverse of my notes, right? I'm gonna say something that a lot of people don't know because we so conditioned to watching TV over here.
Right.
Worldwide, white people are a minority anyway. But the way they make it seem like on the media, they're a majority everywhere. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
I want you to see what Benjamin Franklin said many, many years ago when it comes to this country. Where is it at? That's Margaret Sanger. Here we go. Swarthy. I don't know. Y'all familiar with the word swarthy and twainy?
Yes.
This is Benjamin Franklin here. This is what he said. Where is it at? Swarthy Germans. I'm going to start right here. This is being talking, which leads me to add one remark. That the number of purely white people in the world is proportionally very small. All Africa is black or twainy. Asia, chiefly twainy. America exclusive of the newcomers, wholly so. And in Europe, the Spaniards, Italian, French, Russians, and Swedes are generally of what we call swarthy complexion. As are the Germans also. Listen to that, man. I stopped there for a minute. As are the Germans also. The Saxons only accepted. Who with the English make the principal body of white people on the face of the earth. This is him. This is Ben Franklin talking, okay? I could wish their numbers were increased. And while we are, as I may call it, scoring our planet by clearing America of woods and so making this side of our globe reflect brighter light to the eyes of the inhabitants in Mars or Venus, why should we, in the sight of superior beings, darken his people? He's all way back then. Why increase the sons of Africa by planting them in America? Will we have so fair an opportunity by excluding all black and twainies of increasing the level white and red, but perhaps I am partial to the complexion of my country, for such kind of partiality is natural to mankind. Hey, they always been scared.
Scared to death.
Well, you don't hear that he's talking like that. All we hear about a kite and electricity. And a crack in the bill.
Come on, bro. Like they really think lightning hit a string and he survived.
Yeah,
man, right. Like you ain't gonna come on. But that's all they want to talk about. They don't never mention that. You never ever hear that mentioned.
That explains to me why he was so much on heroin and morphine now.
Trying to get that
reality hit.
Yeah, yeah. And that's
like saying the Bible is a white man book. If it is, he sure hate his own people but love us. We don't win.
Right. That was his own judgments in there. His own judgments in there. I mean, that, you know,
Numbers 25, if I'm not mistaken. Numbers 25 tell you Amalek, they ruling now, but hey, his end is gonna be real.
It's gonna be
right?
real.
But what he said though also gives you the answer as to why they came over here to what they call the New World. To make a place for white people and white people only. This place over here is a club and it's exclusive for white people. They brought us over here to be slaves. And guess what? We still slaves.
Still slaves.
All right, so we would have been back.
So when you got people like Ketanji Brown Jackson, right? That ain't nothing but a distraction for them to say, see, times are better. No, it's not.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, man. Forget the past. We want to say that.
What they love to say, we're beyond that. We're past that now.
Yeah.
What?
They so scared of their own history that I just came across on the news. They just ran a segment that there are teachers and senates who are trying to pass a bill to take the word slavery out of textbooks.
Yeah, that's a part of their CRT, getting rid of CRT. They call it critical race theory.
Theory.
It's not a theory.
It's not a theory.
Fact.
It's real.
It's real.
The Big Bang is a theory.
Right. The Big Bang is a theory. Darwinism is a theory. He said it out of his own
The rapture. Yes, people, the rapture is a theory.
These are theories. See? Just like when they was taking up all of those statues, they were taking them statues up because they were running from their past. They weren't doing that for my benefit.
Right.
Because you got to think, if they take away all of those statues 10 years from now, none of them people never existed.
Right.
Exactly.
None of them people never existed. Where's the proof? Where's the proof that Ulysses S. Grant existed?
Right. If they can take the statues down, and if we could start printing new textbooks for the middle schoolers and high schoolers to not know about Ulysses S. Grant, General Ford, and Custer and all them, like you said, in 10 years, they won't even exist. They never existed.
Then you ask me, we should still have the signs up where it said blacks and whites, colored only. They still should be there.
Still should be there. They took them down so we would forget. But we ain't forgot. We ain't forgot.
See?
Nah.
No, we ain't forgot.
Racism starts now. Not racism. Black History Month, starts with Martin Luther King and Oprah now. It used to start with slave ships. They slowly start taking them out. Because I ask my children all the time, every February, what they start with.
Right. Come on, that's good you bringing that out.
They always say it gets closer and closer to this day.
Right. It gets closer and closer. Next thing you know, in the next 3 years, Black History Month, that they so-called Black History Month, start at BLM. When BLM,
that's all it's gonna be.
That's all it's gonna be. And
that's all it's gonna be.
That's all it'll be.
And for people, and I love, it's the dude called Dante Fortson that I listen to, right?
Yeah, Dante
called himself the king. He called himself the king of receipts.
Yeah.
I don't like to get on here and just talk. I like to show you what it is that I'm talking about, because a lot of the stuff, when you talk like this, two things, it sounds like it's far-fetched and it sounds like it's hate, and it's neither. This is not hate talk. I be quick to tell people, I don't hate white people.
Absolutely.
I don't. I promise you. I know when it be coming out of my mouth the way that it sounds, but no, I don't. I don't hate them. I just give you the facts. This is what they have done. And this is what they're doing, and this is what they're going to continue to do. Why? Because a leopard cannot change his spots.
Right.
And that leopard can take a bath 1,000,000 times. After every bath, guess what he's going to still have on his body? Spots.
Facts on facts.
And if you don't think that these people are scared, this is why they reversing Wade versus Roe. It has nothing to do with saving lives. They are scared. Listen to this representative right here. Her name is Mary Miller. This is what she said.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
Well, listen.
Did y'all get it? Do I need to run it again?
Run it back.
Run it one more again.
Because I don't think people understand what's going on here.
I'm gonna run it one more again.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for life in the Supreme Court yesterday.
Was that the same one who put her feet on the couch when she went in the White House?
I think
when she sat down?
I think so. She's so comfortable. White light. Talking about it was supposed to be. She slipped up and was supposed to be in right of life. Get out of here.
Get out of here, man. You got to do talking about an R. You talking about an R and a W, right? A W versus an R for one. But then, even if she slipped up, right, she must have been saying what was on her mind.
Yeah. And the most
even if she didn't read it right, she was speaking her heart. And this was the kicker. She clapped hard. The crowd clapped hard. And did you see that look that Donald Trump gave?
Yeah,
he was in agreement with it.
Yeah, he was in the. He didn't tap on the shoulder and say, "Hey, I think you. Let's go back and read that again." Or they all clap. He had a smirk on his face. The Most High let you slip up, and then He'll let you, whatever's in your heart, He'll let you say it. Whatever's there.
He'll let you say it, and that's what was in her heart.
I'm ready to get kicked out, y'all. Oh man, I got to really get a new system here.
Okay, bro.
Yeah. You run it low.
Yeah, and it's the good part. The part I want to talk about.
Right.
Do what you got to do and come on back. Those seats still real. All right, then. Shalom, Mike.
Shalom. I'll be right back.
All right. Okay.
All right. As I said, the king of receipts, man. If you don't think now, one of the reasons why I was talking about Ketanji Brown Jackson being married to the white guy, he's not just a white guy too. He's actually a Jewish guy. Mm-hmm. He's actually a Jewish guy. She went and married. Appreciate it. Man, it's probably cold by now. I forgot about it too.
Me too. It's warm, man.
Okay, then. Yeah, she married a Jewish guy.
Yep. So
we heard what Ben Franklin said, right?
Yep.
This is what Ben. Now that was all them years ago.
Yep.
So when I'm telling you, she made an oath to the enemy and she married the enemy. Ben Franklin showed you back then he was our enemy. This is something that is brought up into today's time right here. Senator Lindsey Graham voiced his concerns of a demographic dilution at the 2012 Republican convention when he said the demographics race, we're losing badly. Republicans are not generating enough angry white guys to stay in business for the long term. Graham comments relay what social scientists and anti-racism activists call white extension anxiety. It's a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Fear of white genetics annihilation. The idea that white people can go the way of the dinosaur has been dismissed by some as simple pity of personal circumstances, a conspiracy theory, but the convergent effects of new laws, this is the kicker. I'm going to highlight this part. The convergent effects of new laws banning abortion together with old laws promoting mass incarceration of black and brown people suggests that this white fear is not just an idea, but a catalyst for public policy.
They done made it a policy. That's, bruh, when you, man, think about that. They done made it policy.
They done made it a policy, man. How can you argue with the people who make the laws?
Right. You're not, they're gonna, and that's what politics is all about. You can give them a true sentence to shut down their whole campaign, but policy and politics will always be able to spin the truth on exactly what you said to make it seem like a lie to everybody else. So they'll believe
that's what it is. That's
what politics is.
That's what politics is.
That's what it is.
And like I said in the show that we had previously, there has been no government that has ruled over people that was in favor of the people.
Right.
None. So what make you think that this government is any different? A little a little history lesson here. You probably already know this, but our Constitution was sold out in 1871. It was at that time America stopped being a country and it became a corporation. And so if it became a corporation, that means that a certain body of individuals have a vested interest in this place.
That's it.
Also, that means that at that time, this place stopped caring for the people because the vested interest was now shifted to the people who was over the corporation.
That's where the power lies.
Like, I work for a company, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely, this is how I know that voting don't mean nothing. Mm. I work for a company. I don't even know the president and the vice president of the company that I work for.
Wow.
Which means that I had nothing to do with whoever got hired for that seat.
Right.
So if America is a corporation, that means that the president of this country is the president of the corporation of America.
That's it. That's selected.
Which means that the laws that they say are laws are not laws. They are policies and rules, just like a handbook that is going to benefit the corporate owners.
I was just about to say, you just like a handbook. When you get hired, you get a thick handbook that they give you to read about every policy that you have to adhere by and everything you can and can't do, all of that.
Which benefit the company that you work for.
Right. It don't benefit you. It
don't benefit you. So every time we sign off to say, yes, I am a citizen of the United States, you actually sign in that handbook saying that you are applying by the rules of the handbook. That's what you're saying.
Yep. Which are paying taxes, abiding by the laws they set, abiding by the bylaws they set, all of that.
Right.
Crazy, man. Policy. Politics. That's what it's about. And
that's what it's about.
It's a difference between the USA and U.S.A.
Come on now.
Come on now. The corporation, the body of the corporation.
Exactly. Exactly. And most people don't understand maritime law. Right. They don't understand maritime law. When you got that flag, they got the fringes on it. They not understanding this.
Maritime.
We're no longer sovereign. And that goes back to the Roe versus Wade, man. You are not sovereign.
You're not sovereign.
There is no such thing as sovereignty in this nation anymore, man.
It's an illusion of liberty, an illusion of
That's exactly what it is. And every day they're slowly making that illusion even dimmer and dimmer. People are starting to realize.
Because one of the maritime laws that they made it, and I'm paraphrasing, but it's about like the Statue of Liberty. Well, one of the maritime laws that they don't talk about is, yes, you have liberty to do some things and to not do some things. See, they leave that part out. They leave that part out. And that was part of the true maritime laws that they made on the sea, on them boats when they were looking
Con. And I'm gonna throw this out here too, and this is something we're gonna have to talk about more in depth in one of the other shows.
Mm-hmm.
That corporations cannot deal with living souls.
Right.
They can't deal with living souls.
Right.
And this goes to show you that not only are we slaves, but everybody that's over here are slaves. When you paying your taxes, you are a slave.
You got a social security number?
You got that social security number is the number. It's pretty much like your packing ID number in a warehouse. That's what that social security number is. You are not a living soul to this corporation. You are a vessel.
That social security number ties you to the debt. You pay taxes. Come on.
Ties you to the debt.
It ties you to the debt.
And here we are running around here with our fist up in the air. Yay! The first black. Come on, man. We better get out of here. There are more things that are important. Go look at Deuteronomy chapter 28 and find out why we are in the situation that we are in. Look at Leviticus chapter 23 and find out why we are in the situation that we are in. And it's not going to get no better.
It'll get no better. It'll sting you. It'll make you realize that this thing is the Most High is allowing it because, like you just said, instead of waking up to it, which some of us have. Like you said, we still run around fists in the air. Oh, the first black woman selected to the court and the first black vice president and all this stuff. And it's just like, man, when are we going to get it?
When are we going to get it? When are we going to get it? This here was a shocker to me. We still talking about the numbers of these white people dropping and they scared. This is why Roe versus Wade is being reversed.
And that's coming reflecting from the Pew Research Center. You don't get no more official receipts than that.
109 U.S. counties, have become majority non-white since 2000. You think these people ain't paying attention to that, man?
Wow, look at that.
Ben Franklin told you what was going to happen way back then.
He told you. He said, you let these jokers come over here, they ain't going to do nothing but multiply. They ain't going to do nothing but multiply.
Ain't going to do nothing but multiply. Exactly.
And we're going to come the minority. That's what he was saying. We as whites are going to become the minority. And so now here we are.
Because
you got
and understand that they are a minority throughout the world to begin with, man.
Right.
They colonized South Africa. There is no such thing as a white African.
Ain't no way in the world.
They colonized Australia. There is no such thing as a white Australian.
Right. They colonized it.
They colonized it.
That's how your boy Elon Musk was able to be born. Oh, he from South Africa. He ain't, man, come on.
Same thing with that blue-eyed devil, Charlize Theron.
Oh yeah, right. She was
same thing with her.
She that's the real African American.
Get out of here.
Stop that, y'all.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
This has nothing to do with saving lives, man.
Right.
But this has everything. This has everything to do with them trying to save their numbers. Look, man, I don't know who these people are, where they coming from, but they keep popping up in this comment section, and it's real irritating too.
Yeah.
Very irritating.
They wilding.
I got to give a shout out though to our sister Delta as well.
Yeah.
Her new edition of the Light Hebrew magazine. It is going to be coming out. July 4th, Monday. Look forward.
Yeah.
Please subscribe to the Light Hebrew magazine, tlhmagazine.net. .net. Yes, exactly. The sister, man, like I say, she is just a blessing to the community all the way around. That's what she is. I'm trying to find a space to where I could get this sister to come in and just pop in and just say hi to us at least, once every week or something like that.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's but back to the topic at hand, man. These people, they stole this land. It's like, and I don't subscribe to this dude by no means, but he said something that was true. They stole this place and they're trying to protect it by all means necessary. By all means necessary, they're trying to protect it, man. And this is the reason why they don't want these immigrants. They calling the immigrants. They calling this big fuss about the immigrants as well.
Right. That's exactly what's going on. They causing this big fuss, and it's not about them coming over. It's about y'all.
Exactly.
Numbers. Because they know that. Look at all these southern states that enslaved us wholly. You got Florida and Alabama, Mississippi, Missouri, Tennessee, Montana, Idaho, both the Dakotas. Them numbers are falling fast. They're dying more than they're being born.
And that's the thing too with abortion, because see, they give us the numbers of the black women that go to places like Planned Parenthood and stuff like this. The thing, man, don't you know that there are actually more white women having abortions than black people? Yeah. But the thing is that they can hide it because they go to their private doctors.
Right. See,
so you go ahead.
Right. No, go ahead. Finish your point.
You go to your private doctor. That's a number that don't never have to be disclosed.
But when we go to Planned Parenthood, they make sure those numbers are computed.
These numbers are recorded.
They record it daily, weekly, monthly. They send a report, and then the Pew Research Center, the Gallup poll, they all compile all of these numbers and they put it out.
Exactly.
And these politicians use it as talking points on Fox, CNN, MSNBC, and they give it to Hillary Clinton, and she talk about it, and Candace Owens and the justices. They campaign on all this stuff, and then we hear how they say they're going to correct it, and we go vote.
Right, and we go vote. You got people like, what's her name, Maxine Walker. You know what I'm saying? These people are nothing more than evil Israelites. That has made a covenant with the heathens. That's what they are. Their whole job is to keep us in darkness, man.
That's it, man.
That's what they get paid for.
That's what they get paid for. That's exactly what's going on. And
that's what they get paid for.
And they accept it because it's a fleece of money. So, the same thing is, that's what Mashiach was saying back in Judea, back in his day. Is that when the Herodian government, Roman government came in, it was like, okay, getting us to go out there and kill them ain't working. We got to get people that look like them, give them some money, have our message back to them so they can say, oh, yes, look at us. See how we making it. Look at us. See, it worked for us. And so it's your fault. No, you just helping to oppress your people.
There's nothing new under the sun, man.
That's what
there's
saying, like, God,
there's nothing new under the sun. Let's catch this last story.
Yep.
This last story, man. 51 immigrants found dead in a tractor trailer.
Yeah,
down there in San Antonio, man.
That's heavy.
It is, man. It's sad. It's what it is. It's sad. And like I told my wife, man, we talking about the same nation. A lot of people don't. I'm a little history lesson here, man.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that got Kennedy killed was that they came to Kennedy and they asked him, say, Kennedy, we want to shoot down an American plane and blame it on Cuba.
Yep.
He was like, nah, man, I'm not this to do that.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. Like what he said. We ain't doing that.
All the way back then. Because they wanted to go to war with Cuba, and they knew that, hey, if we can shoot down an American plane and we can blame it on Cuba, right? Well, we could get the American people on our side and we could go over there and we could go to war with Cuba. Same thing that they did in 2001.
Yep. With the Saudis. Yep.
Kennedy was like, nah, we're not fit to do that. There's a whole lot of other stuff that they came to Cuba with. Came to Kennedy with. Kennedy was like, no, we're not doing that. Right?
False flag. He was like, we're not about to do a false flag. No.
What you called it again?
False flag.
False flag.
False flag. Yep.
That's exactly what it is.
Yep.
So here you got this. Look, I could be wrong as two left shoes, man. No, I could be.
You ain't.
But you tell me that this driver got all of these people out of Mexico into San Antonio in Texas in June, dropped the truck and left, and they was sitting there, and then all the authorities just roll up on it, man.
Ain't no way in the world.
Days later, and they dead.
Ain't no way.
At this particular time, too, when you got primaries coming up.
Right. You got the primaries, midterms, one justice getting sworn in, another justice retiring. Come on.
You got Roe versus Wade going on. You got all of these things going on. And one of the things that's replacing the white man in his own country is people from South America.
Exactly.
The same people that reverse Roe versus Wade is the same people who want you to put a wall up. The right, conservatives.
Right.
Which is the same people who said that our numbers are being replaced.
Yep.
Same people.
Yep.
The only way I look at this, Ak, is that the driver of this truck was pretty much told, get these folks over here.
Yep.
Get away from the truck, and we gonna let that truck sit there.
We're gonna let it sit there. He might not even knew what was in the truck. He might not even have known. He just look, here's the money, get it to this spot, and you leave it there. Keep your mouth shut. Don't say it. Just leave it there. That's it.
Because we got two different reasons on why the truck got stopped.
Right.
This article right here say authorities think the truck discovered Monday may have had mechanical problems when it was left next to a railroad. What your article say?
My article say that they was trying to get around a checkpoint.
What checkpoint? What checkpoint in San Antonio?
Right, because you're already in San Antonio is a couple hours from the border. So if they're already in San Antonio, what checkpoint were they trying to avoid?
What checkpoint are you trying to do?
And this is the San Antonio newspaper. I went on here and subscribed for 99 cents because I kept trying to click into it, but it wouldn't. So I said, you know what? Just to get this article, I'm gonna go ahead and subscribe. So that's the news that's coming on from in the city where it actually happened. You know
exactly.
Yeah, but you got another news cycle that's saying another thing. They always slip up. That's how you know it's a false flag, because you got two different papers and articles saying two different things.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
It said the migrants typically pay $8,000 to $10,000 to be taken across the border. That right there is another red flag to me, because I'm gonna tell you something. In Mexico, $10,000 you can live like a king
for a minute, for a while.
Honestly, dude.
Right.
One or two things with $10,000 in Mexico. $10,000 will get your head cut off and hung off the side of a bridge.
Right.
Or you can live like a king.
Or you can live like a king.
So no, the migrants are not paying no $8,000 to $10,000. They ain't got that kind of money. And I don't know too many Mexican drivers will drive through Mexico with that kind of money on them, man, because you gonna get murdered. You gotta understand the demographics of Mexico.
Yeah, the demographics of Mexico. You got the Zeta, you got cartels all over the place. That's they know what to look for from a red.
See what I'm saying?
With the black, with the long 18 wheeler. Come on now. That's gonna get pulled over all day.
Right. Exactly.
You're going to get robbed and you're going to get killed.
Exactly.
So they know better to not even.
They know better, man.
So somebody higher up. Come on, man.
Again.
Somebody up the chain. Somebody higher up the chain. Yeah.
Killed all of them people.
Yeah.
Your government.
The government. Because there's no way. One article saying they sent the checkpoint ahead. They pulled over and left and forgot about it. And that's when they found it.
And now all of a sudden they done arrested 4 people. Where these people come from? It's like my wife said, where did he find these people from?
And then the article also said they arrested 3 people. Yours say 4, mine say 3.
4, yeah.
And then they was high on meth.
Right, okay. Come on now.
So they was driving.
Where that come from? And when they be building, dude, I went to school with a cat who lied. That's all he did. And when he'll tell a story, he just be adding to the story. That's exactly what they do when you listen to it, man.
Yep, that's exactly.
They just be adding to the story.
Adding stuff. So because they know while the news cycle continues, the more stuff they add, the more you'll just be apt to forget about it and turn to love and hip hop in New York and forget about what's going on, the research they're doing, and go back to entertainment. That's what they want to happen. So you'll forget about it.
Yeah. You showed right, Tina. Yeah. The news now say that they was trying to blend in with the immigrants. Right. I remember hearing that. And in all reality, my question is, how can you tell them any different? They say that they got a picture of the driver at the checkpoint. Did you see that? They got a picture of the driver at the checkpoint. Yeah. Come on, man. I'm not buying this, man. They killed these people, man.
Yeah. Somebody was paid to get this truck here to this spot and leave.
They killed them people for a political gain, man. Why? Because things like this, they know stir up the people, man. You got people say, right now I can hear them because of what it was that Trump did.
Right.
And what Trump didn't do. What Joe Biden is not doing. See, the Republicans saying what Biden is not doing to control it. And then you got the Democrats saying what Trump did You see what I'm saying? Right.
Biden had to come in office and take over what Trump didn't do. See,
you see what I'm saying?
It's all politics. It's all politics.
It's all politics. But then, like I always ask the question, have you ever seen an eagle fly with one wing?
Nope. He got two. Both wings.
He gotta have both wings.
Left wing and the right wing.
Just like you got Nancy Pelosi up there talking about we gotta hurry up and do something about this Roe versus Wade decision. She in on it too, but she gotta save face for her people, for her Democratic people, right? She gotta look like she's sad about it, but no, she wants the same thing, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have got to understand that these people argue on TV, but they eat steak together at night.
Yes. Share mom's recipes, all of that. Behind the scenes. The show Scandal with Olivia Pope, that it showed you. It showed you.
Same bird. That's my baby right there. Same bird. Exactly. The same bird.
Yeah, but they behind the scenes, they get together, they talk on the phone. Now, every now and then, do you have some of them that really don't like each other? Yeah, because that makes it more believable. But for the most part,
yeah,
that's why they call themselves constituents.
They
are friends. They are colleagues.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
That word.
Thank you, brother.
For your constituents,
right?
They be sitting up there all
exactly.
Your constituents. I'm like, man,
it's sad, man, that and this is coming from a guy who, and I said this probably the last 3 shows, so you know that it's real. This is coming from a guy who I used to believe in this country, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really did used to believe in this country.
Same here, man.
So I would have been that cat before I came into this truth and got the read. I would have been that cat that was clapping because Khadijah Brown Jackson, you know what I'm saying? We done finally got. I remember watching my mama cry when Obama got in office, and I remember having a proud feeling at that time. I remember it. I'm not gonna sit here in front with you, man.
At that time, I was a black conservative. And I was crying along with other black conservatives because in the moment.
Right, you're a conservative crying for a Democrat just because he was black.
Just because he was black.
Just because he was black. We done made it. We done finally did it. All of them times we done told our kids you can be whatever you want, even the president. See? Right? Not understanding.
It was crazy.
Not understanding what this place really is.
Right, not understanding. Because I would defend George W. Bush from 2000 all the way to 2007. I defended him like I was, what?
And that joker ain't nothing but a murderer, just like his dad.
Exactly. But I would defend
just like his dad.
Both of them, I defended. Then switched to Democrat when Obama got in office. Then I woke up, and now I'm like, I can't believe what I was doing.
America, man, has never been in favor of us as a people. I tell people all the time, man, you want answers? The answers are in here.
In the book.
I don't get on here. We don't get on here. Let me put it like this here. We don't get on here, man, just to talk and to put down this place. I get on here because I don't mind calling them out for their BS because it's because of their BS that they're keeping us in the shackles that we are in.
Exactly. Come on, bro.
It's not for everybody. It's only for those who got ears to hear. That's who it's for.
Yep. That's it.
It's not for everybody.
That's it.
And like Dante Fortson said, I will come with my receipts. Whatever come out of my mouth, I can back it up with some proof.
Stuff that they print. They print it because they scared. It's a fear. So they trying to alarm each other with saying, here, look at this. We want to alarm you, not knowing that with our spirits being in tune with the Ruach HaKodesh and the Most High, not knowing we're going to catch it and say, wait a minute. Thank you for showing me this. See what they doing? You see what I'm saying? Like you just said, it's not for everybody. It's not for every spirit.
Not for everybody, man. That's why, you know, the disciples asked Yahshua one time, hey, why are you talking in parables?
God, we were just talking about this earlier.
Why you talking in parable? He said the people that need, and I'm paraphrasing this here, but he said for the people who supposed to understand, they gonna understand what it is that I'm saying.
They'll get it. It's not for everybody.
And guess what America, the corporation, do? They talk in parables. But like the brother Ayob said, because of the Ruach Kadash, she allow us to be able to break those parables down.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on.
And feed it right back to the people. That's why we do this here.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's why we do this here.
That's it. Come on, bro.
That's why we do this here. So yeah, Roe versus Wade being reversed, 109 counties in America. This was in 2018. We're in 2022 now. And I honestly think the numbers are lying. I think they already a minority, to be honest with you.
I think it's that's why the reversal of Roe versus Wade is actually happening, because they're at a point of no return.
You got Mexicans in Chicago. But when I learned that you got Mexicans in Chicago, I was like, oh, it's done. Chicago. Now, I know Chicago is a drug hub. You know what I'm saying? But still.
Because Latinos have been in New York. They've been in Florida. They've been in California. But
Chicago?
Bruh.
I think they already outnumbered, man. Hey. Yeah, like they scared, man, because and a lot of this is their own doing too. Because I'll tell you one more other thing that they did. They done placed a whole race, they created a whole race that's about to have a political power that is out of this world, which is them LGBTQ plus 5 people.
They have no idea what monster they've created.
They have created a monster with that.
Because
they have created a monster with that.
If you do what you want to do, if you want to be on that side, that's fine. But what you're not going to do is impose your will on my children. And that's exactly what they finna try to do. And we couldn't get into that last story, which was that coach that was praying at the 50-yard line, right? And the school district didn't want it because the school district said they was afraid that he was influencing students to subscribe to a religion that they didn't want to. When these school districts don't care about them allowing a drag queen coming in and reading to their kids a story time, or letting these kids walk around the hallway cross-dressed, see? Or teaching them sex education and the parents
teaching them sex education and you have absolutely no, or the counselor saying, hey, if you feel like you try transgender or binary or whatever, come to us and let us know. And we don't even have to let your parents know. But you got a problem with a teacher praying on a 50-yard line.
See how the agenda, how they're trying to blur the lines. So the children now, as parents, we realize there's a thin line, but they want the children to have the blurred line so they can't tell. So they'll
I feel so bad for this generation because they know the science that repetitive, that at the point that it's not going to be wrong anymore. You actually got kids who don't actually see nothing wrong with being homosexual.
They see nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with being queer. Nothing wrong with this. Why? Because it's normal. Two mamas in the house, it's going to be normal. Right. 2 daddies in the house, it's going to be normal.
A little
You're going to be not normal if you got a mama and a daddy in the house.
Right. Little Nas X is normal. Yeah, Little Nas X, the rapper, that's normal now.
That's normal.
It's normal now.
Normal fag gangsters.
That's it. It's normal. So how many in this generation that's coming up that's 15, 16 years old, that's sophomores, juniors, freshmen in high school, about to go to college, how many of them are going to try to emulate that?
Exactly. And piggyback off of scripture says that in these days that we're in, that the daughter would be at odds with the mother, the son with the father.
Variants.
And the way they making these policies, that's the reason why. Because the kids is like, you a homophobe or you racist or you this.
Yeah. Just because I don't agree with you, I'm a homophobe.
Because I don't agree with you.
That's, yeah. See how they...
Because of how they being taught.
Right. And see, you remember the very foundation years ago was that what? We just want to be heard. So it went from them just wanting to be heard to now they want control of everything. They want you to agree with everything they say. And if you don't, what they got at cancel culture, or we'll cancel you.
I'm gonna throw this out here. We'll have to see the people next week.
Yeah, man. We'll be all night.
I know, right? One of the reasons these laws is being changed the way that they are because the majority of your politicians are that way. And they tired of being in the dark.
They're ready to come out. Con.
The majority of your politicians are that way. And they ready to come out. So what's the best way to do it? With that pen.
That pen.
And the scary thing about this is that real soon, pedophilia, the very thing that they got R. Kelly locked up for, is about to be legal.
Yeah. That's
crazy. It's about to be legal.
That's heavy. Man, that's heavy, man.
I am Shia Yeshua Jude. I want to apologize for going over so much.
All good.
Ayo Ben Yehu, say man, thank you again.
Always.
We appreciate that beautiful song as well, Miracle Man. Yeah, we would definitely keep your family in prayer, but like I say, your family is a testament as to how precious life is. The Most High told Jeremiah, "Hey, but I knew you
come on, man.
I knew you.
I knew you."
So if he knew him before he formed him in the womb, that means that all life before conception has been counted for.
All praises.
So no, I do not agree with abortion at all.
Right.
But you gotta always look at the alternative reason as to why this place here do what it is that they do.
That's right.
So with that being said, I want to say shalom to the people. Hopefully next week we can keep our brother Oxafai in with us for the full show. I'm gonna mess with him when we get off of here. I'm gonna mess with him when we get off of here. I am. But thank you, Ayo, man. And let's do it again the same time next week, next Thursday, man. Hey, man, go take care of your family. And I want to say the water, brother. The water.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shalom, everybody.
It's all unraveling. It's all unraveling.
Listen in case you didn't know, no. It's almost getting close. In case you didn't know.
This has been real. We would like to thank you, and we will see you at this same time next week.
Only the ones with no faith that take the vaccines. Step to me with it, I'ma make your back lean. We at the end, new Sodom and Gomorrah. Christ about to come and mop the floor up. Walking up in Louis V with your mask on. Check the me's, man, they about to get their blast on. Prophecy, interpretation, Isaiah 55:11, so it ain't no faking. Crack your dough, it's getting close. I'm here to tell you, just in case you didn't know. Listen, man, in case you didn't know, no. It's almost getting close. In case you didn't know, no. It's all unraveling.